Hey y'all, come on in for another Forward Friday. Invite your friends, y'all. Come on in. It is time for Forward Friday. Come on in, and invite your friends, y'all. And if you feel what I'm feeling, then don't be scared to say it with me. Say, I got this. Every single breath, another step on my road. I got this. I'm from the south side trying to get to. Let's change our logo up here. Ain't no stopping me. Come on, follow me. If you feel the need, better believe I got this. Believe I got this. Come on in, everyone. Come on in. Good morning. And if you are joining me over on Twitter, good morning to my Twitter people. Thank you for supporting you guys. Oh my gosh, I think this is our last Forward Friday in this month. I think is this our last Friday for January? Who has got this morning? Come on in. Come on in. Good morning. And yes, you do got this. So come on in, invite your friends, you guys. Let them know we're talking today. We have a very, very special topic that I know everybody is going to need. Everybody has been asking me about this, and I'm going to tell you the tips, the tools, the technique, the strategies on a certain topic. But first, let's get all of our people in. Today, I'm sharing and I'm asking you to share, and you are allowed to share in your groups and with your friends and whoever else that you want to share it in. But invite at least 3 people, tag 3 of your friends, you guys, and let them know that we're over here in Forward Friday is happening right now. All right, so come on in, everybody, come on in. I have shared it with all of my groups. Good morning. If you are joining me on the page today, thank you. Let me know where you're joining me from. If you're joining me on Twitter, thank you. And if you're joining me from any of the groups, let me know where you're seeing this, just so I can acknowledge you on today. And as I say, for every Forward Friday, if you would like to sponsor one of our Forward Fridays, let me know, email me, and I'll make sure you get that information. I'll put the email in the comment section, and that way you can email me, send me some merch, and boom, we'll give you a shout out for free, advertisement for free, because we just want to help you grow. Okay, today is going to be all about engagement. So come on in. I'm going to put my email in the comment section so that you guys can reach out to me via email. I respond faster to emails, everyone. Okay. I don't do the inbox thing. We do have the inbox messages, but I respond faster to email. So good morning. I know some of you guys are just now waking up, getting your morning coffee, especially for those of us out here on the West Coast. I don't do the coffee, but I do the tea. So come on in. Thursdays, y'all. It's Friday, but every day is a Thursday for me. So come on in. Let's get started with our Forward Friday. All right. So today on Forward Friday, I know the notifications, there's like a delay in notifying people for the Forward Friday. So I'm going to try to stall a little bit to give y'all time to get in here, grab your pancakes and whatever else you have, and come on in. But today we're going to be talking about the engagement, y'all. We're talking about social media engagement. Good morning, Marcella. I see you, ma'am. So we're talking about the 6 tips to boost your engagement on Instagram, y'all. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's take away some of the stuff that was cute when I put it up there, but now it's just irking me. I want to switch that so it matches what we're doing. There we go. So it's not so obvious over there in the corner. And I'm going to leave me there because as we go along, y'all will see why. I don't want to take me away from down there because that's part of what I do over here. Okay. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Share with your friends, invite and tag at least 3 of your boss friends so they can come over here. Now, this is somewhere where a lot of people struggle. Instagram is just so overrun with so many people trying to be seen, trying to be heard. And sometimes you and your account can get lost in the shuffle. I've been there, done it. So I understand your frustration because I've been frustrated by it. And so what I did is I just gave up the whole algorithm thing altogether. That's what I did. I gave up the whole algorithm thing altogether because trying to follow the algorithm it's too tiring. It's too tiring and nobody has time to try to figure out the algorithm. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys these tips. I'm going to give you some tools and I'm going to give you something that I did that someone else did with me and it got me more engagement. Okay. It got me more engagement and it got me out there, and you definitely want yourself out there because it's also, but here's the thing. Even once I give you the tips, you got to be consistent in using the tips. Okay. It doesn't work if you're not going to be consistent in using what you've learned. That's huge. And we say that each and every time, and you're going to hear every person out there say it, that you have to be consistent. Consistency is key. Y'all, I got a tickle in my throat today, so I'm praying I'm not catching a cold, so y'all just have to excuse me while I sip tea today. Just some little sniffles or something, nothing big. But let's get into this because Instagram, the engagement, it can be so elusive out there. And sometimes you're like, I can't seem to catch a break. I'm done with it. I've known people who just left Instagram altogether because they were just not getting the engagement. All right. But sometimes it has to do not with the content, because some of you guys are very creative, but how you're presenting and delivering the content. Okay. So that's what I'm going to show you today. All right. So this can get you, when I say more engagement, it can get more people to come over and get your content in front of more people. They may like it, they may not, but if you're getting at least one, okay, one like, if you're getting at least one comment, somebody has seen it. All right. So it's the engagement, but again, you must be consistent. Marcella said, yes, she's over it. I know, Marcella, I was so over it. And I just stopped even dealing with the algorithm altogether because once you get it figured out, they switch it up. All right. So I forgot all about the algorithm. I don't want to play the algorithm game. All right. I don't have time for it. And so let's get into these tips. All right, y'all, I'm going to make myself even smaller so you guys can see this. So welcome to our Forward Friday. Again, if you're watching me on Twitter, thank you. If you're watching me here on our business page, thank you. And if you're watching this by replay, I thank you. All right. Just let me know how and where you're watching. All right. So here we go. Let's jump into this. 6 tips. All right. Number 1, repurpose your tweets. This is why we say you need to be on Twitter. There are so many influencers out there that they're not recreating, all right, or creating new content. They're going over to their Twitter feeds and they are repurposing their tweets. I do it, all right, because it works. Something I said like a month ago, I can go over, do a screenshot, crop, and repurpose that tweet and put it over there on my Instagram. And as long as I'm consistent with my branding, this is what I'm telling you, your branding needs to be up to par. And I'm going to show you one of the ways that I used to do it on my Hertz Instagram, but now I have another way that I do it. But repurposing tweets is great. I still do it on my ministry side, but this is everybody's like, well, how do you repurpose a tweet? So I'm going to show you what a repurposed tweet looks like. What is that? There it is. That's what a repurposed tweet looks like. It's just me when I just went over to Twitter. I did a screenshot. I cropped it, went on Canva, found me a cute little background, all right, that worked with the aesthetics of my social media feed, of my Instagram feed, so that it's not a different color, but it kind of matches. Y'all see the pinks and the whites in there. So it matches my branding. And all I did was use that as a background on Canva. Just found a regular Instagram post. All right, y'all know those, the Instagram post templates on Canva. And so I found one. I like flowers, so I just typed in pink flowers. That's what popped up. Loved it. And then I just added that on top. I just laid that on top, and bada bing, bada boom. I have a nice, all right, I have a nice post that I can put over on my Instagram feed. I don't ever have to recreate. You know what I mean? I don't have to create any new content. If I don't want to, I can go back, because I've been on Twitter for so long. I can just go back and find something that goes along with what I'm talking about. All right. But make sure that the tweet that you're repurposing, y'all listen, that it goes with what you're talking about. All right. It goes with your brand. Kim says she's old school. She needs to learn all this. I will be giving a tutorial as well for, Canva, because I work with my coaches and I'm always doing one-on-ones with them when it comes to Canva and a lot of other things. And so this is why sometimes it pays, you guys, to have a mentor. It pays sometimes to have a business coach if you got a business out there and you're trying to get some engagement for your business. All right. Sometimes you have to be willing to invest in yourself. All right. But I'm going to try to figure out how I can do it. It'll be a lot of slides, but I'm going to try to do it over here on one of our Forward Fridays and have you guys do hands-on while I'm walking you through the steps. But see how that pink, it blends in even with the background that I have on the slide. And so these are my brand colors, y'all. Y'all see the pinks and the fuchsias and the white and the blacks. Those are my brand colors. And so I don't stray. We talk about that. Don't stray from your brand color. So this fit right on in. All right. And so I would do, like I did this one for about a month with that background, not the tweet, but the background. All right. The flower background. And then when a new month came, I changed the background and then I started using the tweets on that particular background. All right. So you switch up the tweets, but keep your background for about a month. All right. You don't want to flip flop. So keep that same little I kept that same flower background for a month, and I just put the different repurposed tweets on there. All right. But if you are going to repurpose your tweets, as I was saying, it needs to go along with what your account is about. What is your feed about? Good morning, Christine. What is your feed about? Christine is a baker, so she has a bakery. So she would, if she was using this particular background and her tweets need to say something about food, all right? Or she can utilize one of these backgrounds and put a photo of food on it, all right? But if you have those types of things going on, you guys, because you can also repurpose that. We'll talk about that too in a minute, but with the tweets, y'all, it's so simple. It's just screenshot, crop, plop. Can y'all remember that? Screenshot, crop, plop. That's it. You plop it on one of these nice, cute backgrounds that goes along with your aesthetics on your Instagram feed, and boom. It's easy to do, 5 minutes, if that. All right. So you really have to get into that. So if you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter, y'all, and start making tweets. Okay. Start making tweets that go along, and make sure your Twitter is a business account. All right. So when you go over there, because mine was personal for a long time and it wasn't getting any engagement. And then when I switched over, and I was like, it's because it wasn't business. We'll talk about that too in another Forward Friday. But today we're talking about how to get more engagement, to boost your engagement on Instagram. You need to be on Twitter. You need to be on Facebook. You need to be on Instagram. You need to be on YouTube, and you need to be on LinkedIn. If you have a business or ministry, you need to have that presence. Okay. And you can just take different days and say, on Mondays, I'm going to be over here. On Tuesdays, I'm going to be over here. However you want to do it. All right. But you just got to be consistent. Up next, why would we use them? The repurposed tweets, because it's a creative way to share your favorite quotes. Creative. All right. And it adds visual flair to important information about your business or ministry. All right. That's why we use them. I promise you, it's going to bring engagement. You'll get noticed when you start switching up, because I mean, for a long time, I was like, I'm good, because I was just doing y'all know how we do. You just do the regular, I'm just going to go over there and I'm just going to throw a photo over there and boom, I'm good. I'm going to walk away. No, now you have to be intentional with your branding. You got to get creative now, because there's so much out there that it's just saturated with people who are in the same niche as you. And so you got to get creative. You got to find a way. And it is a trend that's out there. And although I don't like to follow trends, I create trends, but I do know that particular trend right there did get me some engagement while I was doing that. And then I kind of moved away. Good morning, Coach Tracy. Then I kind of moved away from that on the business side, but I still do use the repurposed tweets on my ministry page. I love it because it goes along with that. Because I switched up my aesthetics and how I wanted things to flow on my business side. But when I used them, I did do the repurposed tweets on that. Okay. All right. Next slide. Use carousels. If you are not using carousels, I don't know why you're not using the carousels, y'all. Use those carousels. If you don't know what a carousel is, you've been on Instagram. Let me go over here. Let's say it together. What is it? Y'all know we have to say it. It's a post. It's one post, and it has 20 photos or video clips. All right, that you can swipe, and they tell you to swipe left. You see those? So mobile Instagram users can view by swiping left, while desktop users can click through with the arrow button to the right hand side of the post. And so I love carousels, y'all. I love them. Why would we use carousels? Boom. It makes users spend more time on your post, y'all. Okay, that's the engagement. You want them to spend time over there. It's not just about the likes and the loves. It's about how much time they're spending on your post, how much time they're engaging with your post. And if you have the business profile, you have the business profile, okay, you guys, and make sure that your Instagram feeds are business. If you have a business, all right, make sure they are business. That your dashboard is business, and it makes them spend more time. And if you go into insights, it's going to show you how much time people spend on your post. Okay. That's what you want. You want the engagement. You just, not just the likes over there. All right. But you want them to engage with what you have posted, and you want them to share it somewhere. Okay. You may not, because you may not follow them, so you may not see them share it, but most of the time they will tag you in it. All right. So users spend more time on your posts. It allows you to share more content in one post, more flexibility and creative control. All right, you guys. It allows you to showcase your products and services. So if you have like 6 products that you are trying to, that you want in front of somebody, put them in those carousels, y'all. Put them in the carousels and let people swipe through and see what you have. All right. And it drives sales. Ask me how I know, because I use carousels. I use carousels. I'll be showing you guys. We'll do a Forward Friday on carousels too, to show you how to get the most engagement just by using carousels. All right. So all these different things can tell you how to get more engagement, but I'm just showing you all the different things you can use right now. And then we'll be specific on another Forward Friday. But it drives sales. All right. The more time people spend looking at your stuff, the more they're going to be like, I want to get it. I want it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to, I'm going to subscribe to that. Oh, I need to contact them. All right. Because you need to make sure that your last slide has contact information as well as your first slide. All right. So when you're using carousels, and I did talk about that, or if you have not been on my Instagram, go to our Hers LLC Instagram, because I have a carousel explaining carousels, okay, of how to use them. All right. So I can give y'all a couple of pro tips. Number one, this is where people sometimes lose engagement. This is where they lose engagement. If you have not been out there and your brand is not, it's not a consistent brand, but you are a brand new startup, or you're just now trying to get consistent and get more engagement, use all 10 slides. You have 10 slides available to you. Use all of them. Okay, use all of them. But here's the other pro tip that I didn't put on here. Make sure that the first slide or the first photo, however you're going to set up your carousel, goes with the aesthetics of your feed. Make sure that it's branded. Like I use black and whites and grayscales on my feed. I went back to like trying to do color. My viewers and my audience, they did not like the color photos because they got so used to the black and white and grayscales. And to be honest, I love black and white and grayscales. So I went to black and white and grayscales. But for some of my photo carousels, I made sure the first photo was black and white, and then I put the color photos in between. All right. The first photo was black and white to keep up with the aesthetics that I have on my page. If you don't understand aesthetics, go to my Instagram and you'll see that I have grayscale, and then I have my regular colors, and then grayscale, regular colors. I have a system. Okay. So you got to have that system, and you got to be consistent in it. And so when I did the business expo, I wanted people to see my pretty color outfits that I have. But my audience was like, hey, what happened to the grayscale? I had people DM me and say, hey, what happened to the grayscale? We like the grayscale. Hey, Thompson. Hello. Thank you for tuning in, sir. And so I put it back and then got engagement. All right. But I make sure the first photo always goes along with the aesthetics of your feed. Okay. Use all 10 slides. Use it. Okay. Don't be afraid to put stuff over there. And it's a great way for photo dumps. If you're trying to just want people to see you, if you went out, last week and nobody saw the cute little outfits or your hairdo or whatever, that's a perfect way to do it. Just make sure the first slide goes along with your feed. Okay. All right. Next, Reels. Y'all, who uses Reels? Everybody in the world needs to be using Reels right now. Use your Reels, y'all. I cannot stress the importance of using Reels right now. Reels right now is so amazing. I was like resistant in the beginning because I was like, I don't have time for no Reels. But Reels, man, that's where it's a great way. I'm telling y'all, it's a great way to boost. Now let's get to it. What is it? Well, I got one here for you. Let's see if it'll let me play it, y'all. It probably won't let me play it. I tried it last night and it didn't want to cooperate with me. So I don't think it's going to let us play it because it should be a video right there. But if y'all seen the videos, yeah, it's not gonna let me play it. Yeah, it's not letting me play it. But I'll go back. Let's see if we can deal with it, y'all. I don't want to do it. It let me do it last night, but it wouldn't let me do it today. But anyways, y'all know what the Reels are. They're videos, and it's a great way. You can use, short clip videos. You can also use photos to create Reels and put music with it. All of that type of stuff. And they're great. And this is why you use them. They're short and simple. Okay. It can tell your brand story. Are y'all laughing at me because my video wouldn't pop up? All right. It's a great way to tell your branding story. They're more flexible than photos. Okay. Because you can do more. You can put information on them. If you're a business person, you should be using Reels. Okay. And it can educate your audience on a topic. You can also help you personally tell your brand story with video, a short clip video, introducing yourself, introducing a new product, doing tutorials about products, especially if you ladies out there are into fashion and makeup and stuff. You can do a quick tutorial on how to use makeup. You can also use it to introduce a new product that may be coming up next week or something. It's just, you can do everything with those Reels. Okay. But Reels are key out here. So make sure you're using Reels. Y'all, I am adamant about trying to get this video to play. I'm adamant about it. I'm so adamant about that. I want that video to play so y'all could, because I spent time putting that video in there, okay? But we all know what reels are. Now watch it start playing in the middle of the presentation. But reels are wonderful, and also it's also fun. It's also a fun way to allow your audience to see the other side, okay, to see when you're not in business. And also you can utilize reels, y'all, to let people see what goes on behind the scenes. Y'all know me, it be bloopers and blunders over here when I be doing reels. And I do funny things, okay? I also do funny reels and stuff like that to connect with my audience, because you don't want to just connect with them so they can purchase stuff. You want to connect with them because you want them to feel like family, and you want to help create brand loyalty. And so it draws them back when you make them feel like, okay, they care about me. And you are talking to them, and and you have just different content specifically for your audience. Okay, y'all. So use reels. If you're like, man, I'm not good with making short clip videos, then take photos of yourself. Y'all take selfies, and you can time the reel 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds. I would say 30 seconds. All right. 90 seconds is when you really have like a program or something that you're trying to, like preaching like I do and stuff like that. But use reels as a way also to show you off teaching something. If you do teach like coaching courses, or if you do have a workshop, take clips from your workshop. All right. Take like a 2 to 3 minute clip and put it in the reels. And if there's some music you want to put in the background, make sure the music is 50% or below, so they can hear what you're saying. And if you don't want them to hear what you're saying, you just want them to watch movements, then put the music up to fit to 100%, and they can just watch the movement, and then put some, text on it and keep it moving, y'all. But reels, you need to be using reels for your engagement. Okay. I use reels on TikTok, and I'll put like my flyers, my book flyers, any of my workshop flyers. I put the flyers on, put some music with it, boom, and there you go. Okay. So that's another way to get engagement on your Instagram. Q&A. All right. I'm gonna stop midway, so anybody that has questions can ask questions what we talked about so far. All right, before I do the next 3. Okay, anybody have any questions on the carousels, on the repurposing the tweets? All right, because our first one was repurposing the tweets. Anybody have questions on repurposing the tweets, carousels, or reels? I'll give y'all a minute because I know Facebook has a delay. All right, I'm not seeing any questions, so we're going to move on to the next hashtags. I get excited about this one. Who uses hashtags? All right, put in the comment section if you use hashtags. I want to see some hands down there. Please tell me you guys are utilizing hashtags. If you're watching on Twitter, please put on Twitter if you are using hashtags as well. I'll wait a minute so you guys can let me know who out there uses hashtags. All right, Marcella says she needs to use them. Thank you for being honest, because yes, you do. All right. Tracy says, I do, but I'm not sure if they're the right ones. Thank you. I was just getting ready to say that. Okay. All right, guys. Use hashtags, y'all. All right. So everybody say it together. What is it? Hashtag. It's a written number symbol. All right. And they are used to index keywords, topics, and or phrases, y'all. All right. So I put some examples like hashtag goals, hashtag positive thoughts. Okay. Now, this comes to Tracy's statement about using them correctly. You can't just throw hashtags around. All right. Spend some time, guys. All right. Spend some time creating hashtag buckets. Y'all know hashtag buckets is just a list of hashtags that you use for specific things. All right. I have about 6 or 7 hashtag buckets, and I keep them in my phone, pinned to my clipboard on my phone. Y'all know the clipboard on your phone. I don't know how your phone works, but I have a clipboard to where I can pin stuff in there, so I don't have to keep typing it out every time I post something. I just go in there, find it, go to clipboard, boom, and paste it. And so spend some time creating your hashtag buckets for different things. I have different hashtag buckets for whenever I'm talking about my life coaching courses. All right. You may see some of the same hashtag, but definitely you're going to see the one with the Hers Life Coaching Academy. You're going to see that when I'm talking about that. If I'm talking about, self-esteem, you're going to see a hashtag that says hashtag self-esteem, hashtag positive thoughts, hashtag love yourself, hashtag self-confidence, something like that. So you got to make sure that whatever you're posting, your hashtags are relevant. All right. They help to categorize your posts, because when people see the hashtags, they fall into hashtag heaven on Instagram. So there's a place that if somebody taps on on that hashtag, your post ought to pop up in that hashtag section on Instagram. So they ought to be able to find your post in there if you're using the proper hashtag. All right. So let's say Christine she does baking. She's a baker. If she puts in her hashtag, y'all know my favorite thing, hashtag pencil sharpening, then somebody's going to tap on pencil sharpening out there in hashtag heaven. They're going to pop on pencil sharpening. Her post pops up in pencil sharpening, and they don't see pencil sharpening. They see food. And they're like, how does this have to do with anything with pencil sharpening? They're not going to go look because it's not relevant. All right. So they help to categorize your post in the correct hashtag heaven on Instagram. It attracts followers to a certain niche. If you're a life coach and you're posting something, you just said something brilliant. All right. Or you just posted a photo of yourself. Put hashtag life coach, hashtag life coaching, hashtag coaching. Okay. Make sure that you're utilizing the hashtags, right, that are relevant. All right. They strengthen your brand image, y'all, and help reach a target audience. Okay. Here's your pro tip. Don't use more than 30 hashtags per post. All right. Even though I think the max is 40, don't use more than 30 per post. And make sure they are relevant to your content. That's huge. That's how people find you. Okay. It's the hashtag. The hashtag is your address. Okay. You want to make sure that these hashtags are relevant to your content, because that content will pop up out there, as I say, in hashtag heaven under all these different hashtag sites that they have that are relevant to what you're talking about. Okay. If you're an author and your Instagram is about your books, make sure that you're using hashtags like author, writing community, books, Amazon, books, Barnes and Noble, books, those types of things, paperbacks, hardcover. Use those types of hashtags so people to draw people to your post. Now, here's the proper way to use them. All right. There's 2 different ways that you can use them. Most people just plop them. Here we go. They'll just plop them right underneath their caption, which we're going to talk about next. Because some of y'all aren't using captions. They just plop them under the captions. No, you guys, space, do like a drop down space. Some people use like the asterisks. I use just the dots. That's why y'all see the dots, because you don't want people to get stuck on your hashtags. You want to kind of hide the hashtags. So go as far down as you can. Sometimes I'll post something in between that to break up the monotony of all those dots, and I'll put tag 3 of your boss friends, and then dot all the way down. And you do that there's a little, y'all know how to do the little drop thing on your phone to do that. and then put them towards as far down as possible, because you don't want people just reading the hashtag. The hashtag is sort of like, quote unquote, is hidden to get people over there. Okay. Not for them to come read your hashtags. Or don't put the hashtag in the actual caption, but make that a comment on your post. Make it be the first comment. All right. Before you leave that post, after you post it, go back, you make the first comment with all of those hashtags that you're going to use in that particular hashtag bucket. Why would you put it there first? Because as more people comment, those hashtags move down to the bottom. Okay, they move down to the bottom, so nobody is going to really be paying attention to the hashtags. They're just going to be looking at the comments. So those are the two ways to use the hashtags, and make sure again that they are relevant to what it is that you are trying to convey to your audience. Next, captions. Y'all, captions are important. And there's two ways to use captions, okay? You got to get brilliant with some. And in some, it's just a no-brainer, all right? What is it? It's an Instagram caption is a written description or explanation about an Instagram photo. It's about the photo. What is it? What are you talking about? All right. Sometimes people will use a quote. Sometimes I just have, I sit down and I'm just creative about it. If it's just a photo of me, sometimes I may just put a photo of me out there and just say, you know what, sometimes, if you ever had one of those days, today is one of those days, and ... hashtag mood, hashtag, all right, hashtag emotion, hashtag unbothered, something like that. But make sure you're using captions. And if you're like, man, I can't think of anything, if it's a reel and whatever you've posted, whatever text you have posted on the reel, put that as the caption. All right. And put an emoji out there beside it or something. If it's a retweet, a repurposed tweet, put the repurposed tweet as the caption. All right. If you're like, I can't think of nothing brilliant to say. If it's just a photo of you and you're just sitting there and you're just looking cute, hey, you can put happy Friday, everyone. Now go be great. Happy Friday. Find a reason to smile. Something real simple. But your photos and your content need to have captions. Okay. You don't want people to come over and they're just looking at a picture and it's like, what's the purpose of the photo? Like, why am I here looking at you? What does this have to do with what you do? And you say that, okay, you're coaching. So boom, I see a picture of you. What that has to do with anything? Put something pertaining to coaching. Give them a coaching tip. Give them something. Self-image is everything, or your identity matters, blah, 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 blah. Hashtag identity matters, y'all. Y'all know me. I have that workshop with identity matters. So sometimes I'll post up, and if I just have on my identity matters t-shirt or something, I'll just put it up there and be like this, and, and hashtag, I put a little something, be like, here I am, ... all the way down, hashtag identity matters. Okay. So it's a way you need to describe it. Don't just throw it out there and expect people to read between the lines and know why you're posting it. Make sure that you always put some sort of caption on there. I don't care if it's just good morning, something. All right. You have to put something. Hey, Maria, I see you. Why do we use them? Why? Because this right here, people don't understand. Captions are a key driver of engagement. They're key. Y'all see, I put key in caps because they are key. People want to know what it is that you're talking about. Don't bring them over there to look at you or to look at a photo. And, even if, like Christine, if she goes over there and she puts a photo of a cupcake, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, a cupcake. But what does that got to do with anything? She can put in her caption, hey, got a Valentine's Day sale going on. You can get a free dozen of cupcakes when you purchase a dozen of cupcakes. Hashtag sweets. Hashtag Aaron's Table, because that's the name of her bakery. That part, okay? It tells your photo story. Captions do. It provides them more context so they know what they're looking at. And it also you can also put a call to action. I do it all the time. For example, tag 3 friends. I do that. when I'm doing posting up any coaching things or any tips. And so if you're giving tips, you need to have a caption, y'all. Even if it's the name of the tip, like 6 tips to, boost engagement on Instagram. If I posted a photo like that, boom, I would use that for the caption, and then dot, 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 tag 3 of your boss friends, dot, 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 hashtag Instagram, hashtag engagement, hashtag boost. I would put something there. All right. So captions are huge. Make sure you're not just putting stuff out there and you make people wonder, what is this? Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's go. Next one. Number 6, new features. New features. Don't be afraid to use and utilize new features, you guys. This is important. Use new features. What is that? Okay, we're going to go. What is it? Here are some of the new features they have on Instagram. Some people who are new to Instagram. It's Reels, remix content, you guys. You can remix other people's content and create a post yourself, like somebody preaching, like on my ministry page. You may see me remix something with Bishop Jakes or Creflo Dollar or somebody out there, and I remixed it. Coach Tracy remixed a piece of my content on TikTok. All right. That drives engagement, because you want to know what happens when you remix that person's content. Whoever has already viewed that content, they're going to see that it's over there, and it's going to pull them over onto your account. And then sometimes they'll look and they'll be like, oh, wow, okay, this is nice. And they'll give you your likes and love on that content, but then they get interested in who you are and what you're about. So it pulls them over to your feed. Music on photos. Y'all are y'all using this yet? Are y'all using this? If you don't know what that is, go over to my Instagram. This is not me giving myself a shameless plug. This is actually me giving y'all some homework to do so you can go over. So now before you hit post on your photos, there's a thing in there that you can, it says add music. Now you can add music to your photos without having to make a reel. It's just one photo. You can add music to it. I do it all the time on both of my Instagrams. And it's great. And people love it because they get to sit there and they listen. They can look at you, but make sure you have some sort of caption that they're not just looking at you, but they can read the caption and they're looking at you or your content and they're listening to the music. All right. It doesn't work with carousels. All right. It doesn't work with carousels. It's one photo. So make that photo count. Make sure it's something relevant. All right. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to post this photo. Why? What do I want them to know about this photo that I'm posting? All right. So be very creative with that. But yes, now you can do that. And you can add a message to post. Y'all know that you can add messages to post. And then here's one of the brand new features. I haven't utilized the message to post because I haven't went over there to see if that's still part of Instagram. I remember you used to could do that, add the message to the post, but whatever. But leave notes on profiles. Have y'all seen that? Where now you can leave a note on your profile and it shows up in like your story. It shows them like your story at the top when people are flipping through their Instagram and they're on their Instagram page. They can see anybody that has shared a story, and right on top it has a note. All right, it has sort of like a status and something. So that's brand new that I just noticed on Instagram. So that's just another way to bring people over. It's sort of like a status, you know what I mean? It's like account status that you leave. Like, what are you doing? It's like, just chilling, or Saturday vibes or Friday vibes or something like that. But these things are out there on Instagram. All of these things, you guys, they're out there. They're for you to use. They're free. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you want to boost your Instagram engagement, y'all, you have to be intentional about this, and you have to take the time to do it. Don't get lazy. All right, y'all? Don't get lazy on me. All right. Why will we use them? Because they're short and simple. All right, short and simple. Again, help tell your brand story, more flexible than photos, and they educate your audience on a topic. All of these things, all this new stuff. All right. So it sort of just reiterates why you use all the other things, because these are some of the reasons why. Because they're short and simple. Some of these things, they're very short and simple to do. They tell your brand story. They're more flexible than some of the photos that you put out there. But most importantly, they educate your audience on topics. That's why we use all of these things. Okay. It's just a repeat of why you use captions, why you use reels, why you use all these different things, carousels. All right. In a culmination, this is why. The carousel thing is why. And this is why I use the same topics here and or the same why, because in a nutshell, this is why. This is why. It's simple. All right, you guys. Next, Q&A. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we have talked about? Any questions? All right. I'll give y'all a minute and I'm going to go back to our slides so we can talk about what they are, why we do. All right. So while you guys are doing that, we're going to do a quick recap. The 6 tips to boost engagement on Instagram. Number 1, repurpose your tweets. Okay. That's what a repurposed tweet looks like. Just go onto Twitter, cropping, cropping and plopping, all right, on a cute background from Canva. And that's it. That's content. So it's not like you really had to think about it. You just go over to your Twitter and use a tweet, but make sure the tweet is relevant to what you're doing. If you're a blogger, then I just say go crazy with the tweets. Okay, retweet. If your Instagram feed is a blogger, then yeah, just go over there and get some and be creative. You don't have to have like mine. I stick to my brand, but as a blogger, if you don't have like a brand, or you can create an aesthetic for yourself by using flowers, period. And they can be different types of flowers. All right. But if you're going to do that, just stay with the flowers. All right. But for me, for the time that I was using the repurposed tweets, I used this pink and white flower. And then for a month, and then the next month, I used like a pink and white sky color. It was like a pinkish sky color, but it went along with the aesthetics of my feed. So repurposed tweets are great. If you're not on Twitter, get over there. All right. Carousels. Y'all use the carousels. Please use the carousels. If you don't want to know what a carousel is, then go over to anybody's Instagram. All right. But I just told y'all mine just so y'all can see that there is an actual carousel explaining how to use carousels. I did it yesterday. Did a carousel for Thursdays and Thursdays. And on that carousel, it explains how and why to use carousels. All right. Next, reels. We don't even want to talk about it, y'all. I was over here trying to make the video work. It wouldn't work. It told me it will only work if I'm just presenting the entire presentation, not as part of this, but it's all good, y'all. Y'all know what a reel is. All right. So use reels, y'all, to tell your brand story, to talk about it, to do a quick tutorial. If you do lashes and you want people to know about the lashes, then make a quick video showing them how to put the lashes on, and boom, put it on and put your business info. Now on the reels, this is what I see a lot of people not doing. If you are using reels for business, make sure at the bottom you put the @ sign, or you put your www dot sign. Make sure people can find you and what you are, because they go all the way out into Instagram heaven. Okay. And so you want to make sure they can find you. All right. So put that on there. It's just professional. All right. It doesn't make it more engaging or nothing, but it's just professional. That's just it. It's just a professional look. All right. Hashtags. Use your hashtags, y'all. Use them, but use them properly. Okay. Use them properly. So hashtags. 5, captions. Don't just throw something out there and people don't know. Okay. And they don't know what it is. So make sure you're using captions. And number 6, of course, new features. Just take time out to learn the new features, find out which one works for you, get you the most engagement. And the way you're going to find out which one of these is best for you is doing it, then wait an hour. I always tell people, wait at least an hour and go back and see what type of engagement that you have. But anytime that you make a post, listen, here's a pro tip, bonus pro tip. Anytime you make a post, make sure you share it in your stories, because guess what happens when you share something in your stories? All of your viewers and basically all of Instagram is alerted that, oh, Tracy just, posted a story. So make sure that you share it in your stories on your Instagram. All right. Because that's going to draw people to the content that you just posted, because people are going to see that you just posted a story. All right. So do that. New features. All right. So anyone have any questions? And if you couldn't think of one right now, but you have one later, put it in the comment here and on the replay when I go back and check the replay, because I do want to acknowledge everyone on the replay and try to answer questions. Put it there and I will be sure to answer it. And with that, thank you, everybody. This has been another episode of Forward Friday, y'all. We are over here on Fridays at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you guys. So I thank you today. If you watch me on Twitter, thank you to my Twitter followers, my Twitter people. Thank y'all for the engagement and the support. Even the few that watch the videos, you guys, because I do stream to Twitter, you guys. And so if you didn't know, you can go live on Twitter, depending on if the account that you have, you can go live over on Twitter. So do that too. And make sure that you're posting some of your Instagram, share it it has a feature that says share the other apps. Share your stuff over to your Twitter account, and pull people in. Because most of the time we just share on Facebook and we're like, that's it. But Twitter is huge. Okay. So get on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, clap your hands to yourself, get on Twitter. All right. And the same type of content and things that you're posting on Facebook, post over there too. You can post photos on Twitter. I do it all the time. Okay. And these videos are over on Twitter. My after storm videos are over on Twitter. Any of our spotlights, coach to coach, all of those things are over on Twitter. I make sure that I have content going over on Twitter, and then I just have tweets. All right. I'll be doing some more Forward Fridays on those too, on how to use Twitter properly and correctly to get more engagement. All right. I just redid my Twitter. And so I started all over. I had the @ Lomax, and then I shifted, and now it's at Dr. Karen D. Lomax. And you will start to see more of this type of content over there as well. All right, everyone. So I thank you. I'll see you guys again next week on Friday. Same time, same line. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody. So let's go out the same way that we came in. Let's go out the same way we came in.